In today's world, businesses need a social media presence. With 5.17 billion social media users worldwide and individuals spending over 2 hours per day browsing social platforms, it's not something you want to neglect. Avoiding social media or not fully utilizing it could cause you to miss out on opportunities to connect with your ideal customers. And if that happens, they'll end up going to your competitors, which I know you don't want. In addition, social media gives you insights regarding what your audience likes so you can improve your offerings and grow your brand. However, we know that managing social media is a very time-consuming task. Research suggested over 40% of entrepreneurs spend 6 hours weekly on social media marketing, which takes time away from their other responsibilities. So, if you're a business owner who wants to benefit from the perks of social media but doesn't want to do it yourself, I think you should consider hiring a social media virtual assistant. By the way, my name is Jessica and I am the owner and founder of Imperative Concierge Services. We help busy professionals seamlessly delegate to high quality, top tier virtual assistants so that they can start focusing on their revenue generating tasks again. And we've been doing that since 2015. Nonetheless, today's video is about hiring a social media virtual assistant and what that might look like. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into that. What is a social media virtual assistant? A social media virtual assistant, or VA, is typically a self-employed professional who helps manage a company's social media platforms. Their responsibilities are very similar to those of social media specialists, except they just work remotely. Because they are self-employed, which is an important distinction because that means they're different than employees, they are responsible for obtaining their own insurance benefits, such as health, vision, and dental. They also must provide their own workspace and equipment and pay their own taxes. Now, why in the world would you consider hiring a social media virtual assistant? Well, unless you're a digital marketing company, you likely didn't get into business to do social media tasks. But like most entrepreneurs, you realize how important it is and force yourself to do it when you can. So what ends up happening is that a lot of business owners will just randomly post and hope that their content gets in front of the right people. But this strategy unfortunately doesn't really work that well. If you're just completely unsure about how to create eye-catching photos and videos, applying the right hashtags, or even how to put together captions that make people want to buy, you'll unfortunately end up stagnant with your business while trying to use social media. This process can be incredibly frustrating and make you want to throw in the towel on social media altogether. However, this is why hiring a social media virtual assistant is so crucial. They can create content that resonates with your target audience while you focus on providing your service offering. Virtual assistants who specialize in social media management also tend to be more budget friendly than employees. Many small business owners can't really justify hiring a part-time or full-time social media manager, as most just need someone who can assist maybe 10 to 40 hours a month with different social media tasks. Others may only require them for a one-time project where they come up with a strategy and create templates that business owner can then edit on their own later. The beauty of working with virtual assistants is that they step in when you need them most and adapt to your changing business needs. So what qualities do great social media virtual assistants have? A virtual assistant who specializes in social media tasks should have the following traits. They should be creative. The best social media VAs are incredibly creative when designing, formatting, and curating photos and videos. They have a knack for creating content that quickly catches people's eye. Second, they should be analytical. To determine whether your social media strategy is working, your social media VA needs to be able to review and interpret the insights and analytics. That information tells them what tweaks need to be made so you can get better results. Your virtual assistant should also be detail-oriented. Your brand is unique, which means you might not use certain fonts, colors, and words. Your social media VA should pay attention to those small details to maintain a consistent brand image across the board. They should also be innovative. The best social media VAs can find a way to incorporate your brand into the latest trends. And of course, they should be organized. Your virtual assistant should use social media scheduling tools and digital folders to keep your brand assets and content well structured. So, when in the world is the best time to hire a social media virtual assistant? In my opinion, you will know it's time to take off that social media hat that you're wearing and hand it to someone else when you just don't have the time to stay informed about the various trends and changes taking place on social media platforms. Or you're unclear about why what you're posting isn't converting into sales. You'll also know it's time to hire one if you're measuring each channel's performance and it just seems like a tedious task, or you're just not reviewing them at all. That can ultimately hinder you. Another reason is if you're unclear which social media platforms would work best for your specific brand. Some brands perform better on Twitter, while other brands do really well on Instagram or Facebook. So knowing which one that is, it's not always clear when you're the business owner which one you should be more engaged with, but a social media VA may be able to point you in the right direction. If you can't remain consistent on any platforms and you end up spontaneously posting when you just think of it, then you probably need to hire a virtual assistant. If you dream of having an engaged community but absolutely have no clue how to even begin doing that while using social media, then you should consider hiring a VA. If you prefer to spend much less time on social media because it's distracting or just mentally draining for you, then that would also be a good time to hire a social media virtual assistant. So if you hire a social media virtual assistant, what kind of tasks can they complete for you? Well, they can help you with the following. They can create social media campaigns, define key performance indicators such as impressions, follower count, video views, audience growth, etc. They can engage with your followers or help moderate groups. They can respond to direct messages. They can conduct hashtag research. They can design photos and videos. They can curate relevant content that aligns with your brand. They can utilize social media scheduling tools. They can monitor social media trends. They can review your analytics and make adjustments as needed and do so much more. However, I want you to keep in mind that not all social media VAs perform the same tasks. Some, like Pinterest VAs, solely focus on one platform. So you'll want to define what tasks you need help with so we can match you with the virtual assistant who has the skill set to actually assist you with that. So how can you prepare for a virtual social media assistant? Well, once you've decided that you're ready to hire a VA for social media, here are some things you should do. 1, you should create a list of responsibilities that you'd like them to handle. 2, if you want them to follow your social media strategies, you should write out some SOPs that outline what to do and when to do them. Next, you'll want to determine when you want your social media VA to be available. After that, you'll want to add brand assets like your logo, photos, and videos to a digital folder like Google Drives so they can easily access them. Following that, you should decide what monthly budget or budget in general you're comfortable with. Like if it's a one-time project, how comfortable are you spending X, Y, and Z? Like figure out what number you're okay with. And then after that, of course, you should schedule a discovery call with Imperative Concierge Services so we can help you get aligned with a remote social media expert who can help you connect with your audience. Well, you guys, that concludes this video. If this has been helpful to you and you like more content similar to this, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment below if you have any questions, concerns, or feedback. Thank you.